Colonel Ron Severson. Was Paul Schaefer and the CBS Orchestra. And now, a man who loves his chowder,
My name is Dave Letterman. I'm the host of The Late Show. The Late Show, by the way, is America's favorite hour of TV fun. I'll need your first name and the time you are from. That woman over there, the time you're from. She's dying to do the Macarena. I'll give you an idea. We got our work cut out for us here tonight. Hey, what the hell are you looking at? Ladies and gentlemen, oh my God. We're all kind of nervous, kind of excited about the activities in the Middle East, and things are getting over there very scary. Today, the State Department released an advisory saying that all Americans immediately now should get out of Iraq. All Americans immediately out of Iraq. And I'm thinking, well, great. There goes my getaway weekend at the Baghdad Four Seasons. What the hell am I going to do now? Have you been watching the coverage of the situation in the Middle East, the missile strike over there on the networks, the television networks? It's interesting. All of the networks now are bringing in their Middle Eastern experts, which, you know, of course, is the reason you can't find a New York City cab driver. But other than that, that's a whole different deal. What time are you from? Oh, you know, late 1800s? I don't know. A time traveler. When you meet a time traveler, how do you do? What time are you from? 1640. Oh, good. Nice to see you. Drive safely. I know she's dying. All she wants to do is jump up and do the damn Macarena. Am I right, ma'am? Well, it ain't gonna happen. You go sit with her. So last night, the United States, they launched 17 more missiles on Iraq. And you know, these missiles, these things are expensive. They're like $1 million a piece. That's $17 million. And I'm thinking, why didn't the Pentagon use some brains? They should have hired that Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber. He could have done the whole thing for like $40 in postage. You know, taking care of his cats, let him turn him loose on it. Let him go nuts on it. Exactly. It's Latin melody night, ladies and gentlemen. But you know, they're using these missiles. You know what they are? Remember from the last time we did this? By the way, didn't we do this once before? They're using in these missiles these things called these smart bombs. You know what I'm talking about, smart bombs? They're very, very impressive. One of these things last night got into the bunker, Saddam Hussein's bunker, rang his doorbell, disguised as a Jehovah's Witness. They're that smart. Unbelievable accomplishment. Well, what do you got for that? Ladies and gentlemen, how about some news from the campaign trail? Are you like me? Do you have the campaign fever? Are you very excited about the big... How many of you like to see President Clinton reelected? How many of you like to see Tubby back in the Oval Office? How many of you like to see Bob Dole elected president of the... All right, no hissing, no fist fights. All right, one more outburst and she does the Macarena, okay? Just, News from the campaign trail. Bob Dole, this guy's been around a long time. He's a very, very savvy, very, very wily campaigner, and he's got a strategy now he's going to be using between now and the election. First, he's going to campaign exclusively in the states where he doesn't have a chance. Then, he's going to campaign exclusively in the states where he doesn't have a prayer. Very, very hip. Look at that guy. A lot going on there. There's a lot of activity there, wasn't there? God bless you, sir. I know. All right, you're going to come up here and come up and punch me. He wants to punch me. You can see that he'd like to come up here and actually hit me. Well, Dole now is comparing himself to former President Harry Truman. And not a bad role model. Dole is saying that, like Truman, they're both from the Midwest. Like Truman, he hopes to come from behind and win the election. You know, like Truman, Dole is pretty much dead. That comparison. Ugly, it's an ugly. Ladies and gentlemen, turning our attention now to the world of call girls and prostitution. You know about Dick Morris, president consultant, and he had an affair with the Sherry Rowlands, the call girl, the prostitute, and now she has been interviewed on hard copy, and among other things, she said during the interview that Dick Morris, whenever they would get together, he would take off all of his clothes, and he would sing Popeye the Sailor Man. Sing Popeye? I thought I was the only one who liked to do that. It's like I have a twin or something. What is it? Crazy, isn't it? You're amazing. Give me a call later. I want to talk to you. Give me a call later. I got to talk to you. So Dick Morris was, I guess that means he liked to pretend that he was Popeye, and good Lord, what does that mean exactly? And so then if he was a Popeye, that means that Sherry Rowlands was with olive oil. And then, who was that other guy, the big fat guy that was always eating the hamburgers? No, President Clinton. Stop it. If you get her dancing, I'm going to come over there and beat you with your organ. You, call me right after the show. I need to talk to you. Ladies and gentlemen, can you feel it in the air? We have a lovely program for you here tonight. Whoopi Goldberg is on the show. A lovely to get to the talented Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi, seriously, call me. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to talk to you about your printing. I want to talk to you about your printing, all right? Talk to you about your printing. Doesn't have to be an eye test every night, you know. Print legibly. I got to talk to you later. Also on the program, a fascinating man. He's 81 years old. His name is Colonel Ron Severson. This man is the human echo. That's all I'll tell you right now. This man is the human echo. You think about that. I'll get back to you in a minute. And a very funny gentleman and a best-selling author and a political commentator, Al Franken, joining us. Al Franken. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to our good friend Paul Schaefer. He's right over there. Hey, how you doing, folks? Well, the Democratic National Convention was, when was that, Paul? Was it last week?
Just last week.
And the week before that, I guess the Republicans had their big national convention down there in San Diego, California. And we did this for the Republican convention. We're going to do the same thing tonight for the Democratic convention. We're going to show you videotape actually shot at the convention site and then give you folks a little quiz on the Democratic National Convention. Paul. And if everything goes to hell, we'll have that woman from another time. We'll have that woman from another time, another galaxy far, far away. things go to hell here tonight, she can do the Macarena. But I promise you, if that happens, I'm going to have to leave the room. Because when I see that done, and no offense to you, man, because you look like a lovely woman, I get kind of an odd sort of searing abdominal cramp sensation. But no offense, God bless, and get ready. Well, loosen up your Macarena. Get it ready to go there. Warm up the Macarena! Here's our Democratic National Convention quiz. This convention worker will use his ladder to A, replace burned-out light bulbs, B, hang up banners, C, help President Clinton sneak out of his hotel at 2 a.m. Yes, there we go. These young people are delegates from A, the Midwest, B, the Southeast, C, the Gap. I like that Gap. Go to that Gap and give me some free stuff. I like going to... Wow, it's in Weehawken, that one. Here we see an early arriving delegate, B, a consultant checking security arrangements, C, a meeting of the Bring Back Dukakis Committee. How you doing, buddy? Felicia, are you transporting hazardous chemicals? What was that? Are you working something radioactive? She's got plutonium in her dressing room. She has to be very, very careful with that stuff, let me tell you. Okay, number 4. This scene proves that A, the convention was punctuated by lively entertainment. B, the convention featured more than just speeches. C, this is not the Republican convention. That's absolutely right. This Secret Service agent is thinking A, a radio check at 1300 hours, B, 5 minutes until the president arrives, C, that guy who borrowed my gun should have been back by now. Like the real Bob Dole, this doll, A, comes from Russell, Kansas, B, has brown eyes, C, will never be elected president. Well, that's too bad. Just too damn bad, isn't it? Oh, ma'am, I think we may have something for you. I think we may have something for you right here. Number 7. Yeah, there you go. Just go nuts. I don't have a joke for that one, but please, please, for the love of God, stop doing it. Okay. According to the rules of this card game, A, you need jacks or better to open. B, 2s and 3s are wild. C, if you're holding the Ted Kennedy card, you automatically have gin. All right, ma'am. It's a big chance. Let me orchestrate this for you. Ma'am, right now, if you can, quietly, surreptitiously move to the aisle. Can you do that for us? Get up, stand up, move to the aisle. So no one sees you. Quickly, move to the aisle. Well, that wouldn't have been my first choice, but that'll be just fine over there. All right. All right, now, hey, is that a Dave Letterman t-shirt you're wearing there? That looks like one of those bootleg shirts. What'd you pay for that? Great, we'll have my attorneys phone you. Now, at the end of this, ma'am, just go nuts, do whatever you want, and then you can thank me for this later. This is your opportunity now to Macarena your brains out, okay? Okay, here we go. Not yet, not yet. Here we go. All right. And finally, this woman is A, preparing decorations for the hall, B, enjoying a convention souvenir, C, the official condom tester for President Clinton. There you go. Okay, go. Thank you very much. I gotta talk to you. Please, seriously, call me. I gotta have a meeting with you. Come on. Will you? Will you be there? I'm telling you, I want a meeting with you, or you and your people, but tomorrow for sure, all right? Tonight, but tomorrow at the latest, all right? 1 o'clock, be up there. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to pause for a commercial. We'll be right back with more of The Late Show here on CBS. told by the Late Show choreographer that what you did, ma'am, in fact, was not the Macarena. I don't know what it was, and I don't care. To me, it looked like the Macarena. You know why, and I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago, you know why the Macarena is so damn popular?
Why is that?
It's the forbidden dance of love. Seriously, because as you know, I have a gun under the desk. Do I ever? Well. Stop it. Forbidden dance of love. The forbidden damn dance of love. Oh, my God. Whoopi Goldberg is here. The human echo. This guy is interesting, fascinating man. 81 years old. The human echo. Whenever you say something, he says it almost immediately. There's like no time passes before you say, then he'll say it. And he'll be out here to get on everyone's nerves. Very nice man. Very nice man. Yeah. Colonel Ron Severson, the human echo, and Al Franken. Ladies and gentlemen, here in my right hand, I have the top 10 list for the evening. It's the forbidden dance of love. That's what it is. The category tonight, top 10 things overheard at the MTV Video Music Awards held earlier tonight on MTV at Radio City Music Hall. Top 10 things overheard. This is the big annual award show that MTV sponsors where they give out the music video awards. Top 10 things overheard at that function earlier tonight. Here we go, number 10. Excuse me, I think my earring is caught in your nose ring. Number 9. I'd like to introduce my father, Snoop Doggy Dogg Sr. Number 8, I know he's just trying to attract young voters, but Bob Dole looks pathetic in that Kiss makeup. Number 7, run for your lives, it's the late Dean Martin. Oh, my God. That'd be awful, wouldn't it? I think you can see where that'd be awful, wouldn't it? Number 6, how embarrassing. Jenny McCarthy and Dennis Rodman showed up in the same dress. Number 5. Number 5, damn, what's a guy got to do to get a date with Melissa Etheridge? Number 4, please, I don't even get that. I have a gun under the desk, that's all you need to know. Number 4, please welcome Coolio, Hootie, and the Fugees performing together as the Hoogios. Number 3, and the award for snottiest little punks on television goes to the cast of The Real World. And number 2, check it out, Beavis and Butthead just left with Dick Morris's Hooker. And the number 1 thing overheard at the MTV Video Music Awards. Coming up next, Madonna gives birth live on stage. It's a load of crap. Our first guest is an Academy Award-winning actress, and to my knowledge, the only person named Whoopi to ever have won one of those Academy Awards. Her brand new motion picture entitled Bogus opens on Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is, everybody's favorite Whoopi, Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi.
Thank you.
Very nice of you to come by and say hello. I appreciate that.
Well, I was told I hadn't been here for a while.
I guess you had not been here in a while. Yeah. But you know, it seems like was it just a couple of weeks ago, you were here, just around the corner at the Radio City Music Hall, hosting the big President Bill Clinton birthday festivities. How was that?
It was pretty bizarre.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was pretty bizarre. But what can you do? You get out there, you go, I'm screwed. And you just do it and get through it.
But the whole thing was, it's to raise money for the re-election. Isn't that what it's to do?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Now, do you have a relationship with the first family, the Clintons, Hillary and Bill?
I like them. Mm-hmm. They seem to like me.
Yeah.
You know.
You've been to the White House and stuff?
I've been to the White House once or twice.
You had dinner with them?
No.
Mm-hmm.
It was more just sort of a thing. I don't know how to describe it. It was like a thing.
Yeah. What now? When you talk to the president,
Yes.
and you have actually had a dialogue with the guy.
Yes.
Okay. Well, tell us a little bit about that. Give us some insight into what that conversation is for you.
I say, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
Says everything's everything.
Yeah. He says everything's
He says everything's everything. You know, I wish that he would speak to the country the way he speaks to people that he knows.
You think it would be more
different.
effective?
No, I don't know if it'd be more effective.
Just be more entertaining.
But it'd be more fun, you know? He's loosened up, though,
Yeah.
I think, in the last 4 years.
Well, it's interesting to me, and we've talked about this from time to time on the program, if you take away the re-election, you take away the polls, and you just kind of look at the facts of things going on in his administration, a case could be made that he's never been in more trouble. But yet, he's way ahead in the polls.
Well, but you know why? Because even though he's in trouble, his record's pretty good. He's done a lot for families with children who are ill. He's pushed through legislation that says that people who lose their jobs don't necessarily have to lose their medical benefits. And there's a lot of great stuff that he's done. He's made, you know, he's made some mistakes.
Yeah, now I feel like a jerk for bringing the whole thing up.
No, it's cool, it's cool. You know,
I
because
thought I had something there for a minute, you know?
you always have it with me, Dad.
Oh, bless you.
Because as soon as I heard about that gun under the table,
Yeah.
you can smoke me anytime.
I got a
honey.
permit and everything. Oh, man. And Hillary, you get along with Hillary?
Yeah, I like her.
Yeah, I guess I sort of met her once, and then I met President Clinton once, and you can't help but be impressed by these people. After all, you know, they're running the show.
They're running the show. And, you know, again, she's got some great ideas, a lot of bad-mouthing going on about
That's right.
it takes a village, and it does. You know, when you grew up, did you always feel like somebody in the neighborhood was looking at you? Like in my neighborhood, if you made a move, 14 people in the projects had already called your mother.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it's kind of interesting to sort of get back to that, because I like the idea of other people sort of looking out.
Yeah, where you have kind of a global neighborhood watch.
Yeah.
System
You know,
program.
can't hurt.
Yeah, can't hurt. Let's see, we got to do a commercial. When we come back, we're going to show some of the new movie. We'll talk about that and whatever the hell else is going on,
Cool.
all right? Good to see you.
You
We'll
too.
be right back, kids. With Whoopi Goldberg. How do you do? Whoopi Goldberg is here, the Human Echo, Colonel Ron Severson. And you know anything about this guy? 81 years old, Colonel Ron Severson.
Right.
He's the Human Echo.
That's deep.
That's deep, that's right. That's how it works. You say something, I'll be Colonel Ron Severson.
Okay.
Okay?
Deeper, harder, faster.
Deeper, harder, faster. I don't listen, I'm just echoing. We'll try one more. Try one more.
So he really
Savor
just,
this,
oh my
oh,
God. Don't do it. Oh, no.
It's the Human Echo. But he, oh, I wish, oh man, I wish. Then I could retire. Anyway, let's talk about Bogus. This is you and Gerard Depardieu.
Oui.
Oui. That seems like a great combination.
It was a different combination.
Yeah.
You know, it was kind of interesting. It was like being with the Human Echo. You know, because I'd have to listen to him in English and then break it into French and then break it back into English.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, you can do all of that?
Well, I learned.
Yeah, well, that's
because
nice.
his English is so French that
Yeah, might as well have been French.
you know. But he's a lot of fun. We had a good time, and we have this wonderful little kid. This little boy.
Where do they keep getting these wonderful little kids to
I
be
don't
in
know.
wonderful movies?
I don't know, but this boy is something
What's
else.
his
name? Haley Joel Osment. He's on the Jeff Foxworthy.
Oh, he's on the Jackson.
He's
He
the
plays
little
one
kid.
of the kids, yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And the story is there's some kind of a thing whereby you then adopt him.
I am the sister, the foster sister of his mother, who hasn't seen me in 25 years, who dies and leaves me this kid.
Yeah.
and I don't want him. You know, I really don't want him. Yeah. But he comes anyway.
And then Gerard Depardieu
is his imaginary friend.
He's the
yes.
name, yeah, he's the imaginary friend. Are you happy with how it turned out?
Yeah, you know, I can take my grandchildren to see it.
See, I have trouble with this. You have grandchildren.
Yeah.
How many do you have? You just
I have 2 now.
Oh my God. and how old's the oldest?
The oldest is 7.
7, and the youngest one is brand new.
Is like 8 or 9 months now.
But how does this happen? Because you're...
Well, like that. Generally, my daughter and her husband get together.
I know, but I'm older than you are.
I know, but you haven't begun yet.
Oh, yes. Well, I tried.
You have to...
I tried.
You have to produce one to get one. You know what I'm saying?
Let's take a look at the film. In this scene, it's you, Gerard, and the kid, right?
Yes.
All right, and do you know what it's going to be?
I think I'm trying to convince the little boy that this guy doesn't exist and that I can make him go away.
You're aware of the fact that the kid now has developed an imaginary friend?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Who I don't hear or see.
Whoopi Goldberg, Bogus.
You want a root beer? You know, Albert, you're so smart. I just don't think you need that French guy anymore. Let me take care of him. See there, Mr. Bogus. I don't think Albert...
That's not where he is.
He's not teeny tiny?
He's bigger than you are.
Oh.
There you go, Bogus. Big movie for the summer, the end of summer. The family, take the kids, take mom, take everybody. You want to help us out with this?
Yes.
Get a little project on hand.
Right.
Whoopi was kind enough to volunteer to help this woman. Whoopi Goldberg. Okay, there they go. All right, just whatever. I'm moving. We'll be right back. Bye-bye. I don't often say this, but if you're smart, you'll wake up the kids now and get some real hot, strong black coffee in them, because in a couple of minutes, we have the human echo.
Human echo.
The kids don't want to miss it, so they don't get to go to school tomorrow. Tonight, the human echo is going to be worth 2 years of an education to those kids. So wake up the kids, get them ready for the human echo. He'll be out here in a minute, so just hang on to something. Our next guest is an correspondent for Comedy Central's Indecision 96 campaign coverage, and the author of this book right here entitled Rush Limbaugh is a Big Fat Idiot and Other Observations. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the very funny Al Franken. Al! Franken, man, I want to tell you something. This book, it's been on the bestseller list for ever, it seems like now, doesn't it?
I wish. No, it's actually off now, but
it was for... Yeah, I feel like a jerk again for bringing that up. But it's been wildly successful.
Incredibly successful.
Yeah. Tell me about, let's talk about the Iraq situation, the missiles going back into Baghdad or wherever the hell they're landing over there. We just did this like 5 years ago. What do you think about that? What's going on there?
Well, now that Dick Morris is gone, I'm advising the president.
Oh, you are? What a good gig.
Yeah. By the way, I don't want to give people the idea this is all pro-Clinton show. I talked to the Human Echo backstage, and he was a Dole delegate in San Diego. But no, people were wondering what Clinton was going to do, and it's like it was a no-brainer. I mean, you know, if you're president running for re-election, you bomb people.
It looks good. It looks good on the resume, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know, and I was recommending carpet bombing.
No, yeah.
Because, you know, when you kill a lot of third world peoples, the only voters who seem to object are McGovern Democrats. And we just will go for anything this year. You know, we want to see what it's like to win twice in a row.
That's right. Dick Morris, any thoughts come to mind there?
Well, the first thought that came to mind was, gee, there, but for the grace of God. No, actually, I've never paid for it. You know, when I set out to do the book, I knew there's some autobiographical parts in it, and I knew this ever since Will Chamberlain's book.
Oh, yeah.
You have to kind of write about your sex life.
Sure.
Remember, he had over 20,000 sexual encounters up to the point that he had written the book. Yeah. And I've had a pretty exciting, impressive sex life. I've had
I would not guess that about you. Just knowing what little I know of you, I would not have guessed that.
Well, I might surprise you, but I've had 312 sexual encounters. All of them with my wife. And you know, and we've been married 21 years. Are you with me, fellas? Huh? Pretty good, right? We're do the math.
Yeah, sure. You were both of the conventions, right? San Diego and then Chicago. And compare and share your thoughts there with us.
Well, you know, I was a little disappointed in the Democratic convention because I'd given Hillary some advice. Remember, Liddy Dole had gone down on the floor and done this great thing where she interviewed people out of Bob Dole's life. And I had recommended to Hillary that she go down to the floor and interview all the ex-wives of the leading Republicans. You know, so it'd be like, what was it like when your husband came home and said, Bob Dole wants out?
What about Ross Perot? This is not much this time around. Last time around, it looked like there might be something there. This time, it seems like he's out of steam. Am I right or not?
Well, what's really funny this time, when you really have to keep your eye on as far as Perot, is that he can't be in the debates unless he has a running mate. And he can't get a running mate.
Has he picked one yet?
He's asked a couple of people. He asked Marcy Kaptur, a representative from Ohio, a Democrat. He asked Linda Smith, a Republican in Washington. And he just says, now I think he should pick someone who, by comparison, makes him seem a little less crazy. So I was thinking Dennis Hopper, maybe Margot Kidder, Bro Kidder, you know, something.
Oh man, I'd vote for that ticket.
Yeah,
I don't care. It'd be a lot of laughs.
Yeah, hey, we need the material, you know. Not you.
No, of course
no. I need it.
No, yeah, exactly, yeah. And what will you do between now and the election? Are there special assignments? You'll be following one or the other candidates, both candidates?
Well, I follow all the time. I'm following what they say, you know,
sure.
like.
But not out on the road with them.
No. I like to watch C-SPAN or CNN or something. I was watching, you know, Dole gave that recent Hollywood speech. Remember the Hollywood speech he gave 2 years ago, which was, or about a year and a half ago, was about he called it the Hollywood Filth Factory, which in my house is referred to as Daddy's meal ticket. And
have you had any encounters with Rush Limbaugh? Have you talked to him since the book has been out?
Well, you know,
has he read the book, Rush?
About a month before the book came out, I had my editor send him a book with a cover letter saying, "Dear Rush, Al thinks it would help sales if you mentioned the book on your show."
Well, you gotta keep thinking in this business. I mean,
it's marketing, you know. And
sure,
so
exactly.
far, neither he nor any of his pre-screened callers have
It's Rush Limbaugh is a big fat idiot. It's been on and off the bestseller list by now. This is Al Franken. Al, good to see you again.
Thank you.
Nice job, Al Franken. We'll be back with the Human Echo, Colonel Ron Severson. tell you exactly what you want to hear. Others tell you what you already know. And then there's our next guest who tells you exactly what you just said. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Colonel Ron Severson, the Human Echo. Yes, sir. Thank you very much for being here. Welcome to the Ed Sullivan Theater. Nice to have you with us.
You're probably only saying that.
You were a colonel in the Army, the Air Force?
Air Force.
Air Force. How long were you flying?
I wasn't a flyer. I was a ground gripper.
How long were you in the Air Force?
31 years.
31 years. Congratulations. My hat's off to you, sir. We appreciate it. The job well done.
Human Echo.
Where are you from,
Ron? Sunny Spokane, Washington.
Spokane, Washington. Beautiful country up there, isn't it? You have family back there?
Wife, just the
kids?
wife.
No, just
kids.
the wife, no kids, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do for
you
retired now?
Yeah. That's right.
What do you do for fun?
Well, I presently am seeing a kitchen band.
We have a kitchen band. Yeah.
We have 3 gals that play the kazoos and the washboards.
3 gals that play the kazoo, the washboard, and...
Aha.
Yeah.
No echo.
Yeah. What?
No echo on me.
No, there's no echo on you.
Why is that?
Why is that?
Can I get some echo?
Can I get some echo?
I guess there's no echo on me.
No echo on me.
You're the human echo. You're the Dave. You are the Dave is the human echo. Dave is the human echo.
When did you start doing this, Ron? And when will you stop?
About now. Well, my dad was Norwegian, and I had a brother, and when my parents wanted to keep something from us, they would talk in Norwegian. So when I was 9 years old, on a Sunday, I started repeating what both of them were saying without knowing I could do it. And Mother didn't appreciate it at all, but Dad thought it was really neat, you know.
Something that came to you very
early. That's right.
When you're like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And continued all through your life. Have you ever gotten in trouble doing this? Somebody get irritated, want to hit you?
One time in Denver at a convention, a real tall Texan was going to really pound me into the floor, and my buddy convinced him what I was doing, and then he took me around and introduced me to everybody, and they all had to talk to me.
Got a big kick about it. Sure. All right, well, we're going to test you if you don't mind. First, we have a professional auctioneer, Jill Doherty. Jill, come on out here.
$50 bid, now 75, I'm at 75, go to 75, I'm at 75, $100 bid, I want 25, 125 bid, I want 50, I'm at
50. Ladies and gentlemen, sportscasting legend Marv Albert. Marv, come on. Severson.
How you doing?
Excuse me.
I'm doing fine.
It has come down to this for the Chicago Bulls. George Pippen out of the backcourt. Jordan across the midcourt line. Cuts the right-hand corner. Flips the lonely top of the circle. Back to Jordan. Head fakes. Goes right. Here's the move. He's down the lane. Yes, and it counts.
Yes, and it counts. Marv, I won't be there. Something's come up. Jill Doherty, Marv Albert. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our old friends, Sirajul and Mujibur. Come on out. Just go ahead and talk back and forth to one another. You gotta wait for me.
Now you go.
বাংলাদেশে বৃষ্টি এবং বন্যা হইতেছে বাংলাদেশে সবসময় বৃষ্টি এবং বন্যা এখানে তো ওদের কপালে না এখন সকাল থেকে তো খুব গরম প্রচন্ড গরম লাগতেছে আমার কাছে সামনে শীত আসতেছে কিছু কাপড় কেনার দরকার আমাদের চলেন যাই আমরা কাপড় কিনে নিয়ে আসি সন্ধ্যার পরে আমরা যাই আজকে শুরু করে গিয়ে আমরা কিছু কাপড় কিনে নিয়ে আসবো সন্ধ্যার পরে চলেন আগে আপনি একসাথে চলে যান
Thank you, Bob. Well, you smell lovely. Thank you, boys. Thank you very much. have some
Yes,
stuff you want to give
somebody
me
get
there,
me
Ron?
around, yeah.
Let me
Yeah, I
just
have
get
some smoked fish
smoked
that I've
fish
been canning
that I've
for
been canning
30-some
for
years.
30-some years.
Watch that.
Watch that.
That's a special game. I don't need any publicity on that. You need a little more training. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Well, you're not too bad, though.
Dan Rather will be here tomorrow. And David Doan of the New York Yankees. And Leanne Rhymes. That's the program tomorrow. We gotta go away for a commercial. We'll be right back.